Hello student, how are you? In this series of economic geology lectures, today we are going to discuss about the metals, non-metals and metalloids. इकोनॉमिक जियोलॉजी की ई व्याख्यान सीरीज की क्लास के तहत आज हम धातुएं, अधातुएं और उपधातुओं के बारे में चर्चा करेंगे. As we know that the Mendleev arranged the elements into rows in order to increasing atomic numbers and columns having the similar properties of elements, and the arrangement of atoms in columns with repeating properties from row to row is called periodic table. So each column is called a group or family. So this is the simple view of Mendeleev's periodic table, in which this is the column and these are the rows. Having in the column minerals of the similar properties. A periodic table in which these elements are presented in ascending atomic numbers and also categorized into groupings that have relevant metallogenesis. There are 92 elements occurs in readily detectable amount in the earth crust. Some of the elements like iron and aluminum are required in huge amount as raw material for manufacture of vehicles and in the construction and others, whereas others are rare earth, for example, are needed in very much smaller amount for use in the alloys and electronics and other industries. So this is the simple view of periodic table also. The useful element can be broadly divided into a number of different ways. Most of the elements can be classified as metals, a small fraction being as a non-metals, and elements having the intermediate properties which are known as metalloids. So in this periodic table here, all the boxes so in the gray color all are metals. In this brownish color blocks, metals, these are showing non-metals, and here in this blue shade boxes are showing metalloids. Includes boron, silicon, arsenic, tellurium, germanium, antimony and polonium. So metals are solid, maybe element, compound or alloy, typically hard, shiny and features good electrical and thermal conductivity. They are generally malleable and ductile. Currently 91 out of 118 total elements on the periodic table are classified as metals. In chemistry, metal is an element, compound or alloy characterized by high electrical conductivity. In metals, atoms readily lose electron to form positive ions. Metals are solid except mercury. Metals are hard except lithium, potassium and sodium. Metals have high melting point, but gallium and cesium have low melting point. They melt in the palm of the hand. Metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. silver and copper are the best, and lead and mercury are the poor conductor of heat and electricity. Metals are sonorous, produce sound when beaten. These are further classified as ferrous metals, non-ferrous metals. So, ferrous metal includes the steel and pig iron having the carbon content of few percentage and alloys of iron with other metals such as stainless steel, and other important ferrous metals are chromium, nickel and titanium. Non-ferrous include any metals including alloys that does not contain iron in the appreciable amount. They are generally more expensive than ferrous metal, which includes aluminum, copper, lead, tin, zinc and etc. Other precious metals include gold, silver and platinum. Exotic or rare metals such as cobalt, mercury, tungsten, beryllium, bismuth. There are two series of inner transition elements. First series from cerium to lutetium is called lanthanides, and second series of element from thorium to lawrencium is called the actinides. The lanthanides are soft metals that can be cut with a knife, and all the actinides are radioactive. So this is the lanthanide series and this is the actinide series. Transition metals. The transition metals can form a variety of ions by losing one or more electrons. All transition elements are metal at room temperature except mercury, which is a liquid at room temperature. Most transition elements are found combined with other elements in ores. Elements in group 3 to 12 includes in the transition metals. These are less reactive, and the tungsten has the highest melting point of metals, that is 3410 degrees Celsius, and will not melt when a current passes through it of that temperature. Alkali metals. Alkali metals belong to the group first from lithium to francium. Alkali metals react with atoms of other element by losing one electron. Alkali metals are so highly reactive, they exist as compound. Sodium and potassium are of very importance for the human beings. So all these elements from lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium includes the alkali metals. Reactivity increases as we down in the group. So all this is the alkali metal series. Now another classification of element attributed to the pioneer geochemist Goldsmith is based on the rock association and forms the basis for distinguish between the lithophile, which is associated with the silicate and concentrated in the crust, chalcophile, the associate with the sulfides, siderophile occur as native metals and concentrated in core, and the atomophile occur as gases in atmosphere. So all these lithophile elements, siderophile elements, yellow color show the chalcophile elements having the sulfide affinity, and platinum group often occur as a native elements, and here in the white boxes these are called as atomophile elements. Now the second category of elements, that is non-metals. Non-metals are solid, liquid and gaseous and are not good conductor of heat and electricity. These are chemically negative ions, and acidic oxides are generally poor conductor of heat and electricity. These may be solid, liquid and gaseous. Solid includes carbon, sulfur, phosphorus, etc. Liquid include bromine. Gases include oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, etc. Non-metals are soft except diamond, which is the hardest natural substance. Non-metals do not have luster except iodine crystal. Non-metals are not malleable and ductile. Non-metals which are solid and liquid have low melting points and boiling points. Non-metals are bad conductor of heat and electricity, also except graphite. Non-metals are not sonorous. And now third category of element, that is metalloids. Metalloids are having the properties of both metals and non-metals. These are called metalloids. This may be solid, can be shiny or dull, ductile, malleable, conduct heat and electricity better than non-metals, but not as well as metals. So all these are metalloids like boron, silicon, germanium, arsenic, antimony, tellurium, polonium. Silicon chip is a very important use in the modern electronics industry, and the revolution of silicon chip in the electronic industry is on the swing. So this is the characteristic properties of metals, non-metals, and metalloids. Showing the chemical tendency, ionic tendency, nature of oxides, oxide-water interaction, heat conductivity, electrical conductivity, and their examples. So this is all about the metals, non-metals, and metalloids. Thank you.